Hey everyone, it's Riley here, and in today's video, I'm going to reveal 2 quick tips for becoming a better sniper in Battlefield 6. These tips are going to set you guys up for success before you even pull the trigger. Stick around to the end of the video, I have a little bonus for you guys, and hope you enjoy the video today. Alright, tip number 1 is live in the sweet spot. And what I mean by the sweet spot is not your sniper sweet spot. I'm talking you as a sniper have a sweet spot. For me, I find that range to be anywhere from 50 meters to 150 meters. I know some of you snipers like to hang out at the back of the map. You're hovering around 150 meters, 200 meters, and sometimes you like to try and hit those 300 meter shots. You know, if that's how you enjoy Battlefield, all the power to you. I think we're all just here to enjoy the game. But if you're looking to have higher kill volume games, I highly recommend don't be afraid to move up. That's the big key here. Don't be afraid to be in that 50, 75, 100 meter range. This is where a majority of my kills come from in my gameplays. And when I'm pushing 70, 80, 90 kills in a breakthrough game, this is the range I'm living at all game. And overall, I believe sniping's way more enjoyable in this range. Alright, tip number 2 is map control and positioning. The big thing with positioning, it kind of ties into tip number 1, is you should be positioning yourself in that sweet spot range. But I do have a few rules here. There's 2 rules. Number 1, you need to have cover. That is one of the biggest things as a sniper in Battlefield 6, is if you have cover and being able to peek out and take shot by shot from your cover, you're going to have a lot more success. You're not going to get blown up every 5 seconds by an LMG or an assault rifle. Cover is one of the biggest things, and I always look for cover first. And rule number 2 with positioning is putting yourself in a spot where you're in a high volume area. So you want to be behind your cover looking into a high volume area. And what I mean by high volume is where you have a lot of enemies that are all camping in the same spot. A lot of times in my sniping montages, you're going to see 4 or 5 enemies in the same spot. And you find this pretty consistent with Breakthrough, that there are certain spots where you'll always find enemies camping, holding down the objective. And when I position myself in that range and I find that high volume area, this is where I'm going to get a majority of my kills. So that is rule number 2 when it comes to positioning. When it comes to map control, this is one thing that I try and pay attention to throughout the whole game. And map control comes down to where does my team control, where does the enemy team control. And you want to be pushing the limit and pushing the boundary on how far you can progress forward without getting into enemy control territory. So and that's what I meant by when you push up into that 50 meter to 75 meter to 100 meter range. You want to constantly be as close as you can to the point of control for your team and providing the biggest impact on the game possible. Another thing I like to think of with map control as well is if you're a Conquest player, you got to learn the game mode. You got to learn where the high volume enemy traffic is going to be and always be ready for that traffic. And when it comes to Breakthrough, learn the game mode. Learn where people are always camping on the objective. Learn where a majority of people like to sit. And I can guarantee you, if you learn your map and you learn your game mode and you know where this high traffic is, you're going to be getting a lot of kills. And the last bonus tip here for you guys today is play to your scope. This ties in perfectly with the first 2 tips because I see a lot of people sniping with 10x scopes when there's a very rare occasion when you need to bust out the 10x scope. And really that's only in Conquest on the biggest maps where you're taking shots over 200 meters. I really want to challenge you guys to downsize your scopes and start playing the 6x and the 8x. I'm going to have a chart on screen here for you of my 4 favorite scopes and the ranges at which I use them at. The reason why I like the 6x and the 8x more for 90% of Battlefield scenarios is I find target acquisition is substantially easier when you have a lower volume scope, especially when you're in the ranges from 50 meters to 150 meters. The 6x and the 8x are absolutely perfect for these ranges, and it's more just comes down to preference. And if you're more comfortable kind of living in that short range from 50 to 75 meters, I definitely recommend the 6x. If you're wanting to stay a little bit further back, that's your comfort zone, then drop to the 8x and focus on that 100 meter to 150 meter mark. I'm going to throw on the 4.5x scope just because I think it's an absolutely fun scope, and if you're running it on the Mini Scout, it is an absolute blast. I have a video on my channel that I will link in the description. If you guys want to check out that video, I'll show my Mini Scout loadout with that 4.5x, and it has some clips in there of me using it. I absolutely love running it. Highly recommend you guys check that out. But I hope you guys enjoyed these quick tips. I tried to kind of branch out from most of the other content out there. I know a lot of of people go over settings and some other things, but I just wanted to give you guys some quick tips on maybe something that wasn't covered in these other YouTube videos, and leave you with a little nugget of knowledge from my experience with not only Battlefield, but I've been playing Call of Duty and shooters since I was about 12 years old, so going on 18 years now. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and if you guys have any questions or want to see any additional sniper content, or have any sniper content you want me to cover, just leave it down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you and definitely throw it into my next video. So thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in.